with me on this dull day in October. Right. So where are we at the minute? We are working on monthly levels still. Last time we left it when we were, I think we were working on the purchase menu. Either way, we're still on Holdout Extreme, but we're much further along now. I'm hoping this will be the last session on this. I've also done a lot of the menu work for the extra levels and that sort of stuff. So you can load them and select difficulty settings. I've built difficulty settings into the levels, etc, etc. So, what we're starting with is... Okay, so where have I got to? The purchase menu now is more fleshed out and has the upgrade options for purchase. However, purchasing them hasn't been done yet. It's close. It's not quite finished yet. I've done a lot of the groundwork for it, but I was partway through doing that this morning and decided I can't leave the stream any longer. We've got to go live, and we'll do it live. So, my coffee cup's playing up. Issue with these fancy cups. That's not leaking. Cool. So, we need to deal with the purchase of these. Purchasing these works. Obviously, you can't see it working at the minute, but it does. Because I've got 0 points. But we'll be testing all of that as we go forward. Okay, so just quickly, I'm just going to finish these individual purchases. And I also want to do the hover over text for them as well, to tell you what they actually are. So this is the purchase area. And this is what happens when you click the button. This is the final purchase step. So these are going to be Black Ant upgrades. There we are. Let's put the 4 Black Ant ones in to start with. Do the same for Wood Ant and then Leaf Cutter. I've made these upgrades really expensive by comparison to the other ones, by the way. By comparison to unlocking species. Because unlocking species doesn't give you a direct... well, it does give you a better chance in the level, but unlocking upgrades directly improves your chances for free. As in, for free in the level. So I've made them more expensive, so you've got to grind them out a bit more. So basically, you're going to want to unlock different species first and then move on to unlocking upgrades. There's something else as well that needs to happen. Is that I've made it so if you unlock a an upgrade in this level, You can just flick between attempts. You don't have to pay to unlock it again. So you can flip between the options. Okay, so Dangerous and Meat Wall are opposed to each other. So if you turn on Dangerous, Meat Wall turns off. And vice versa. Same with these. Well, I haven't done these. So this is Wood Ants. Oops. Opposite. There we are. Okay, so they're disabling the other one as well in the process. Okay, so I'm going to go to the upgrades panel, which is the individual panel for the upgrade. So the purchase needs to call that thing that I just had. So was it purchase ability? You know what? I am just going to have it. I'm going to make a function to do this because else I'm just going to be repeating myself. I'd already set it up, but I was unsure whether I was going to use it. So purchasing 0, what we then need to do 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so if the purchase is successful, there's a few things we need to do. Actually, there's only one thing we need to do because I've set up a function for it, which is just run lockout buttons. I think that deals with the text on them as well. Yeah, it does. Or it deals with removing the text. Okay. Okay. So there's purchasing those 4 different abilities. Okay, that might do it. I guess let's give it a go. There's so many wires that I've hooked up here, though, that there's a real good chance I've just got confused partway along the way. Well, one wire being out will cause an issue. Okay. So they're not going to do any... None of these will actually do anything at the minute because I can't afford any of the upgrades. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to cheat. Just so I can test it. So I'm gonna add into the construction. So that's literally giving me 1,000 points to play with each time I run it. There we are, 1,000 points. Okay, so for example, if I purchase this one, okay, then I can purchase this one. That's failed to unlock the other ability. Okay, if I close and play, it hasn't actually given me the upgrades. Just purchase one. Oh, hang on. It's because I never pressed OK. No. Oh, no, it does think I've got... Right. First bug. Oh, hang on. I think I know what this is. Yeah. Okay, so there was something I forgot to do, and it's because here's where we I put link to the parent in, which allows it to check whether something's been purchased. And there's no initialization, so I think that's all it needs. But basically, after I've set the parents there, I need to there'll be a few of these because the purchase panel has been so interconnected and confusing. A few bugs like that. Okay, so there we go. It now thinks I've got that one selected. Right, okay, so selecting the other one didn't re-highlight the first. But I've selected the other one now. Yeah, okay, so it is working. It just needs to be told to update the state once the clicks happened. So it needs to toggle the other one back on. It's probably to do with the lockout buttons thing. So it sets one to not enabled. However, it doesn't set the other one to enabled. I think I can literally just do this. I think that should allow me to do it. Let's check. So that should just allow me to toggle between them. Cool. I might put the text next to it saying selected, just so you've got an idea of what you've got selected. So I buy that, yeah, so costs and that de-highlights. If I buy that, yeah, it's the same, and then I can just flick between them. Okay, this is going quite well. I'm going to do the selected text as well. I've decided that instead of saying nothing, it's going to say selected. Ah, it's not that simple. Because I then need to make the other one say nothing. Yep. Okay. Let's get on that as well. It's going pretty well. We'll be done with this in no time at all. Then I can get to testing the level again. With all the purchases working properly. Hurry up. Today's been going really well work-wise. It's funny, you have bad days and you have good days. Today, for some reason, I've been dead concentrated and just getting through everything. Okay, so I want to add selected into the other screen as well. So actually, I need to work on the other one. Actually, the other thing actually. So I don't think this will work. So I purchased that. Yeah, it hasn't locked it out. So I need to do exactly what I've just done for these as well. I don't even know what that'll do. It doesn't even seem to have registered the purchase. Yeah, it hasn't registered the purchase. So the abilities are working now, but the actual things that were working before are no longer working. Funny. Game development, eh? You fix one thing and the other thing breaks, and another thing breaks. Okay. It's going to follow the route, what happens when you click on one of these buttons. Okay, so it runs through this function purchase and then sets the text next to it to nothing. I would rather the purchase actually did that. I don't see any reason why the... Although maybe it should be the lockout upgrades that does it. Maybe. Is the lockout upgrades... Right. Okay, so I'm going to do it from here. Most of what I need is already in place here. These are the various buttons. It's going to get a little bit complicated. But we'll get through it. Okay. First of all, starting with the black ant. Sets is enabled. Hang on, let me just check something before I go any further. Okay, so it's actually working by the look of it. Although clicking that's not making any difference. Yeah, it is working. It's just not rerunning the lockout thing. You're right, Daniel Sly. Good to have you with us. Yeah, you're even quite early on in the stream, so well done. Okay, so I'm going to deal with the text here. So what we have here is at the top is black ants. So if black ants have been unlocked, you know what? With black ants, because we don't need to do anything complicated because they're always unlocked in this level. One sec. Sorry about that. You're right, Pactane. Good to have you with us. Good to have you back with us. Stop cutting off the top of my head, shall I? Right. So they're always going to be selected. Next, what's this? This is wood ant. Melee. So this one's... So it's that one. Next is the... So it's the two different types of wood ant. So that's rapid fire and that's mortar. So this disables mortar and enables rapid fire. So this is rapid fire column, this is mortar column, just to confuse things even more. How much time? I still can't say. it's really depending heavily on Liam's movement code update. We're already running slightly over our internal estimate on that. He sent me a video yesterday of movement on the surface, and it's quite buggy, so it still needs to work. As soon as Liam's happy with it, and I can test on the surface, we will be testing the level that I put together on the surface, babysitters, which used to be called brood sisters. During testing that, you'll see how the movement code's going. I don't think it's ready for it yet, though. So at that point, we'll be a lot closer. I'm hoping it's not too long. I really am hoping it's not too long. I think we internally are getting a bit anxious now at the length of time it's been between updates. I mean, these monthly levels are meant to they're meant to kind of help fill the gap, but at the moment they haven't been implemented yet because of the whole movement code overhaul. So it's hard to say. Hopefully not too long. Right, so what's select? So this is mortars. So I think this one's that selected, and this one's that selected. I think I haven't set these up yet, but slug disco, yeah. Right. So, these need to be changed. Right, so next. So after a purchase, here I'm. So I don't need to do that anymore. Shouldn't need to do any of that anymore. It just needs to run this. Okay, let's try that. See what we get. Okay, for a start, the selected hasn't worked. Select up there. Assuming it'll work here. It's not worked there though. Well, it did work there, and but it's wrong. Yeah, it's selecting the opposite one for a start. So let's deal with that. connecting wires. My favourite thing. I'm starting programming with C#. Do you know if Unreal Engine supports C#? I can tell you that it doesn't. C# supported in Unity, but it's not supported in Unreal. Unreal support is purely C++. The whole thing's written in C++, and you can see the source code in C++, and you kind of build on top of the source code. Whereas in Unity, I believe the programming's kind of separated, so they've got a few languages you can use, but in Unreal it's just C++. So by all means, learn C#. It's a very useful one. It's useful in lots of situations in life, not just game programming, but it is useful in Unity, I believe. A lot of people love C#. I wouldn't know. I've never used it. There we are. Okay. So now the correct one showing is selected. Okay, so there's an issue in that the selected's not showing up until after the first running, interestingly. Not showing up there either. So there's a function called new function 0 that does nothing. Let's have a look at the start where it sets everything up. So there, it does run lockout upgrades. Right, I see what the problem is. It's doing something it doesn't need to do. That should work. Yep. Okay, cool. Right, now that looks good to me. So, according to this, we should have black ants with 2 upgrades, taunt leaf cutters with 1, and rapid fire mortars with none. Let's have a quick nosy to see if that works. Okay, so I'm going to have a nosy at the colony setup. So let's start with the black ants. Black ants should have 2 upgrades, I think. Black ants are active, and there's 2 of their upgrades ticked. Wood ants, they're active on their variant, so that's rapid fire. got no upgrades. Leaf cutters. They're active with their taunt, and they have 1 upgrade. Okay. That looks like we have a winner. Winner. This was a suggestion I was about to tell a long time ago. If an ant in a pheromone if the pheromone is not placed or removed, the ant of that pheromone return to the nest, so ants could regenerate health more faster. Last week the suggestion came of having ants regenerate health in the food stores. I like the idea. However, when I brought it to the group, there was some concerns that it would unbalance certain things that are already in the game. So, and Liam suggested I maybe create a monthly level around the concept. And to an extent, it's right. Certain levels certainly will benefit from that. In the end, though, the thing that went through my head where I decided against it is that I think players would try and it would then be an advantage to build food chambers like everywhere in your nest. I'd rather not encourage that. I think for now we're not going to follow through with that idea, just because of the way it can affect other things. I did suggest the idea, and we did discuss it. The conclusion was kind of could experiment with it, but we shouldn't just put it into the game without making sure things are. It wouldn't affect too many other things. Yeah, I mean, there's when you properly think about the idea, it's not that it wouldn't work; it's that it would require a lot of thought into implementing it in a way that didn't damage the setup that we've already got. And at the moment, it's not high priority, like compared to, for example, the Fire Ant update, which is gonna be top priority once the movement update's gone out. It's one of those ideas that I might visit in free play. For example, just consider putting it as an option in free play or something like that. Some guys on Discord asked if major army ants are playable in this level. Maybe after wave 30. Not this level, no. I am gonna look into the major army ants stuff. The first time I introduce major army ants, I want them to have their own level, so their own monthly level, and I want it to be focused around what army ants do in the real world. Then after that, I'll probably start slipping them into monthly levels, but not in this level now. Maybe a few months down the line, I'll create another holdout level that involves a different setup. Okay, so how are we doing? I think we're done there, aren't we? Might even just be done. Okay, I'm going to take the cheat off. and reset my progress, and then we're going to play through the game a few times. So where's my cheat? My cheat's up here. Cheat off. Saving the game. Just delete the progress file. I've heard army ants have been summoned. I was discussing army ants, not in this level, but in future monthly levels. It'll probably be the next monthly level I try and produce. At the minute, there's 3 monthly levels. There's a fourth one which I started but didn't get very far with, but I think I'm going to put that one back down and probably work on an army ant one after that, which I want to play out quite differently. We'll see. Anyway, let's play, I guess. Save it one last time before I run it. The only thing I want is the victory condition on free play. Yes, that's ready to go. Might go back to looking at free play if we're happy with how this level is at the minute. Right, let me just check what difficulty setting I've got it on. I think it's on normal. Yeah, it's on normal. Okay, so running this on normal, I should have no cash to start with and nothing unlocked, apart from obviously the black ants. Okay, so you can't unlock anything. Oh, there's one more thing I want to do. I'll do it before we actually test it, because it should be really simple. Tooltip. Right, I'm creating the tooltips for these now. I didn't mean to press that. I've already got the text set up for it. I just need to set up the bindings. But I need to find an example. What's an example of a hover tooltip that doesn't have any information other than just text in it? Not that. Not that either, because they've got hotkeys. Trying to think where in the game has a non-hotkey based tooltip. There we are. It's called Tug of War Widgets, which is like the high level widget. Looking for the tooltip binding. There it is. Okay, so this is the example of how the tooltip bindings, need to be set up. I'm just going to paste that into each one. So the tooltip text is actually that. Nearly there. So that should give me a tooltip. See you, Daniel Si. Good to have you with us. Quality drop. Yeah. I think the stream's still running fine. Okay, let's try. Let's give it a go. Unfortunately, that does not seem to have worked. I think I know the issue. The issue is that yeah, I've had this issue before. It's to do with there's a timer that ticks when you hover over something, which counts an amount of time you hovered, and then if you've hovered for long enough, it shows the tooltip. However, that's the issue. I just need to tick that on each of these. Basically, it allows you to show the tooltips when the game's paused. A dead simple thing, but it is the way. There we are. Cool. I might also want to put tooltips on these icons, but I don't think it's necessarily necessary. Anyway, let's play. Yeah, I believe it's all... It should all be working now. Everything should be in place. I mean, the one thing that will still need work to be worked on is balance. And it's going to be difficult to balance the end game in this. Because getting to the end game is going to be blooming hard. It's one of those things... Our game does struggle from it a bit. Is maintaining difficulty in the later game. Because as your army gets stronger, your power gets kind of shoots off exponentially. Yeah, I just need to make sure that we maintain that difficulty as the game goes on. Oh dear. I may have messed up a bit there. I really didn't expect an adult there. Thankfully I've got a lot of cash in the bank, but I've also got an incoming attack. So this is going to be iffy whether I survive this or not. Okay. Looks like I survived that. Yeah, I think I got this. Hopefully I'll be all the stronger for it as well. Same with the other holdout level that I made. A huge part of the challenge is attacking at the right time. I suspect with just black ants, I stand a good chance of making it to wave 10. But I think getting past wave 10 with just black ants is going to be really hard in this. My force is quite substantial now. I've probably got time to take on another pack, but I don't want to take on too big a pack. I've got full resources. That is the spindly legged ones. These always take ages to kill. Yeah, I get it. It's not going anywhere. Oh. Get out of it. This wave's a nightmare just because you can't just kill it. You end up chasing it halfway down the corridor. I think it's mole crickets next. If it's mole crickets, I need a room to fight them. Because they're quite tanky, mole crickets. Yeah, go on, get him. Yeah, some mole crickets. Mole crickets are slow though, so... So you've got some time to get to them. That should be enough space to fight them. Yes, tunnelers. Tunnelers are here to ruin your best laid plans. To muck up your nest design. What have we got? The big harvestman. Okay, let's deal with these quickly because we've got to get back to deal with the big harvestman. Harvestmen are a bit devastating in this because they take so long to kill because they keep running away. The next wave comes in, so they're much worse in this than they are in the actual campaign. I say that this level, this setup, it's not very random. There's certain random elements like where the food spawning locations, they're all random, but the actual waves themselves are not random. So you can predict which enemies are coming and who's going to tunnel in from where, etc. Okay, so this is hermit crabs. Means I've probably got a little bit of time. So I can probably just nab this food quick. Right. We need to get here now. Oh dear. A load of my ants have got movement problems. That's what that means. Right. I know that helps. There's something wrong with Liam's. It's bugging Liam's new movement code. Fortunately, half my army was AWOL. These just take so long to chew through. That's going to have to be enough black ants dedicated to this location. Because I need to slow these down now. Right, they're starting to crumble. Cool. Alright, this... I said I'll probably make it to wave 10. Didn't say I'd kill wave 10. I think this is crickets now, and that should absolutely ruin me. Theoretically. Because the way they work, with the AoE damage coming in, they should ruin Black Ants. That said, I do have a little bit of cash in the bank, so I might be able to survive. Well, it's not looking good, to be honest with you. They're quick as well, are the crickets. Are the spiny devils. Okay, so the theory is that if I get to wave 10, I should have enough cash to unlock the wood ants. So my second attempt, if you make it to wave 10 on your second attempt, you should have the wood ants. Which make a big difference, obviously. Oh. Oh, it's okay. 7-0. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Okay. Okay, let me come back to chat. I'm sorry, I didn't have much time whilst playing. Well, I've kind of figured out what the idea behind an ant colony. Once it becomes stronger than everything else in the area, it's really strong. Yeah, strength in numbers. Oh dear, tunnelers. He said we're gonna add tunnelers to free play, lol. I used to. I have thought about those things in free play. We'll see as time goes on. Response to, yeah. No, I remember normal ants being worth a bit of food was off the table. Yeah, it's off the table, I'm afraid. But the enemy queen, yeah, potentially. Yeah, I guess so. I've often thought as well. Once we do have enemy colonies properly functioning. It's frozen. Those achievements need removing from this level. Okay, so I've got 44 unlock points. That's not enough. I think it needs 60 for wood ants. Okay, I need to slightly increase the unlock points. I don't press that. Oh, I've already pressed it. Coming back to chat. Yeah, I say when we do finally get the enemy nests fully operational, I think what wouldn't be a bad idea is when you take one out, maybe their food chamber gets destroyed, so you can grab all the food that's in their food chamber. Oh yeah, the jacket. Jack of the jacket. Good to have you back with us. What do these unlock points do? These unlock points are just for this level. So the level's kind of got an internal progression system. So next time I run it, should be obvious. As soon as it does run. I think because it loaded the other level when I hit main menu, it probably unloaded a load of the stuff from this level, so it's now taking ages to run this level again. But it'll be obvious what the unlock points are for. Okay, so there's the unlock points I earned, and you can unlock stuff for repeat attempts. It's the idea. So the more you play it, the more you The more you unlock, the further you get. So it's like a way of powering up in the level. Should increase the level's replayability. Okay, so before I do anything else, I'm going to slightly increase the amount of resources you get. The amount of resources you get is based on what you've killed at the end of the level. So if I have a look at the level blueprint, and it's a defeat. So there, it's your score multiplied by 0.005. So I want to slightly increase it, probably by about. So I want it to cover. So 44 is close-ish to 50. It needed to be 60. So maybe 0.007. So that's increasing it by 40%. It's increasing rewards by 40%. Okay, so I'm slightly increasing the unlock points. We'll turn on the light. The level's saving at the minute, so I can't do anything. So dull today. It was actually quite sunny earlier, but it's... That should help a bit. A few more lights. Can't wait for the grinding. The grind is real. Grind's a funny thing because you've got to get it right, because a little bit of grind allows players to feel like progression as they're working through something. Too much grind and players get fed up and stop playing. And what's worse is it's different for everyone. So some people love loads of grind, and if they had 1,000 things to do, they'd happily just churn through it. Whereas other people hate it and won't touch anything like that. I'm in a good mood, aren't I? Yeah, I'm in a pretty good mood. Was that sarcasm? I was I'm the person at the end of the spectrum that renamed Dark Souls to Grind Souls. Or do you grind out some levels in Dark Souls? I remember doing that. Doing runs in a certain area, just collecting all the souls. Run it again, run it again, run it again. And then you have the odd occasion where you accidentally gamble at the wrong place, fall off the edge, and you lose all your souls. You're like, oh. I want to see Pumpkin Face in the game. Pumpkin Face, the game. Yeah, Dark Souls is an amazing game. They managed to somehow get the difficulty of each boss just right, so it's really punishing, but you can completely overcome it with skill. Very, very cleverly designed game. Okay. Upgrades panel. What am I doing? I was doing something. Sure, I was doing. It's saved. I upped to the rewards and saved it. I'm just gonna run it again. We'll manually get some rewards. I haven't got enough to unlock anything yet. Like I say, the upgrades I've priced really high. Because they're game changers really, but the individual units aren't. They're pretty much the same cost as they are in the game. Well, they are the same cost as they are in the game. And the idea is, as you unlock more, you can get further in the level as well. So you'll get more points faster. So you probably want to unlock your perfect army first, then start working on the upgrades. Anyway, enough gabble. Let us collect the resources of our dreams. Yeah, the unlock points just after each play adds onto the unlock points total. And it's based on the amount of points you get in the level. So I've probably earned like 1 unlock point so far just by building and stuff and collecting. If you really wanted to be boring, I suppose you could grind it out by sending your ants to collect the starting resources, then tunneling to your death. But your colony actually has to die in order to get them. You can't just quit. So you do actually have to play. I saw that fact floating around Twitter, was it? It probably depends on the species. That though, I'm not entirely convinced that you can just maybe it's something you can say like across all species it averages out at 40%. goodness sake. Sorry, my music has just started playing Christmas music because I've got it on random. I need to skip that. It's not it's not time for Christmas music yet. And by the way, curious question: do whip spiders be added to this level? I believe the small the not small ones, the medium-sized ones are part of it. They come down this central corridor here in one of the later waves. I think they're already in. Oh, next wave's coming. Right, the movement code's not been updated yet to deal with this situation, so that is just going to walk all the way around the map. So that'll be with me in a bit. I can't remember what wave we've got to. Is it small crickets yet? No, it's the wood ants. Okay. I should probably tunnel out some of this whilst I'm here. I think it's mole crickets next. What are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? Ah! Not paying attention. Go get him. Creepy crawler. Alright, have a good one. For now. See it. See ya, CNR Nagarok. See you later. Take care. Creepy crawler. Who's creepy crawler? Oh, these still haven't been killed. This thing's finally making its way around. You lot go that. Right, this will be mole crickets. So let's open this place up to allow it to give me some space for the fight. It's interesting that every now and again one of them goes all the way around. Oh well, this isn't looking good. I think I'll get this. Right, got it. Go attack them. Unfortunately, being attacked this relentlessly leads to not being able to get resources, which is eventually what kills me, I think. People call it the spider that everyone was afraid of. It's a Halloween phrase, you know. There's plenty of spiders coming up in this level. Here's one. I forgot to... Okay, hermit crab's next. Again, it's another one that's going to take ages to deal with. So I'm not going to have time to harvest resources. There's a resource there. Oh, we need to get here now. This is where we're meant to be fighting them. Just going to hold them up whilst the black ants arrive. Here comes the cavalry. I don't think I can afford to buy any more yet. I think I just need to rely on respawns for the time being. I think it's this wave that killed me last time as well, just because it takes so long for black ants to kill hermit crabs. I'm hoping this will reward me with more than 60. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. So I've done slightly worse than I did last time. But that kind of suggests that I've hit the right level of difficulty for just black ants. But yeah, I'm dead. Definitely dead. Okay, let's see what rewards we get. Right, this time I'll be able to afford the wood ants, and we can see how far we can get with wood ants. I think you can only use one kind of ant species, like mortar. Yeah. It's an option, but you can unlock both and then choose between them if you want to pay for both. 39 unlock points. Eh? Maybe it's because it didn't kill those waves. Just do a quick calculation of that. I definitely did worse than last time, but I'm surprised that it's that much worse. Oh. Time bonus multipliers coming into that score there, and I don't need that. I need to turn that off. Pad. And I know that's not being calculated into the to disable time bonus multiplier. Yeah, it'll be less kills. I think it will. So 2025 plus 2024 plus 1530. Then multiply that by 0.007. It's 39. Yep. Okay, so I just did worse there. Although I'm going to give a slightly higher reward anyway, just another 0.001 increase. Maybe I should give more than that. Okay, let's give a significant boost to it, because I don't want people to feel like they're stuck replaying the game with black ants like I was then, because that wouldn't be a good feeling. I need to turn off time multiplier as well, which I think is just in level methods. Okay. So I've upped the rewards, but I should be able to afford wood ants now anyway, because we've got the combined score of those two attempts. Wood ants should make it significantly easier. Just going to quickly have a look at the... I want to see if there's been anything submitted today. I'm keeping an eye. Basically, I'm keeping an eye to see when the movement code's sorted. Doesn't look like Liam submitted anything. Looks like I was the last one to submit something. Trapdoor soldier button. Oh, Dodo added a trapdoor soldier button. Okay. I can sort that one out as well. So it's here. No. Here. Yeah, there. Okay, so this. I might need to pull to get it, actually. Oh, hang on. Trapdoor chamber icon. Maybe that's what he means. That might be what he means. Okay. Right. So running the level now, I should see enough cash to unlock. I'm going to go with rapid fire just because I like to test with rapid fire. Ah, okay, I bought rapid fire. Mortar's cost disappeared. Shouldn't do that. Right, I'm not going to drain here. I'm going to deal with that now. So let's follow the path of buying rapid fire. We buy it, we run the purchase. So purchase number 2 gets run. Right, now I know what the issue is. It's because of this. Basically, when you select one, it turns the other one to nothing. Yeah, there's a simpler way of doing this. There's only a couple of these to do this for, so it's not exactly a big job. So I'm just going to do it specifically for them. Give me one moment, chat. So if it's equal to selected, it then sets it to none. So basically, if you haven't bought it yet, it doesn't set the text to none. I need to do the same with these, which is the leaf cutter ones. Yeah, I'm not going to look at the army ants one. I want to do those separately. I want to give them their own spotlight level essentially before just introducing them to these sort of levels. I didn't with the trap jaws. The first one's going to introduce playable trap jaws. The first one of these side levels. But I want to work on army ants a bit more because I know lots of people are excited to see them playable to some extent. So I want to give them their own monthly level that focuses around them. One minute, nearly done with this. Right, that should prevent it from removing the cost when you make a purchase. So removing the cost of the other one when you make a purchase. So if I purchase rapid fire, yeah, see, it didn't get rid of that one. Okay. Okay, I think I'm ready to test. Come back to chat for a second. Let's do with the point scoreboard. Honestly, I mean, I like the ants, which looks unique. That makes everyone seem to be hype about it. Wait until the velvet worm comes out. Well, everyone's gonna. It's into long red squirting creature. With the velvet worm as well, I would like to make a monthly level highlight that as well. Before we just add it into the other levels, it would be nice basically if we can make a level based around killing velvet worms as the monthly level at the point that we bring that out. It's Velvet Squad. Let's get some velvet worm love in chat. Okay. Right, just having a look at the time. I'm going to end the stream at past. So in half an hour. I don't know, but are the melee wood ants more resistant, have more HP defense instead of black ants? Yes. They've got more health and I think it's just more health. They're a higher health but lower damage version of the black ants, really. So you could technically take them instead of black ants if you're gonna go with like a wood ant based tactic. Right, I should start building the wood ants now. The sooner I get them, the easier things are going to get for me, I think. I think it's 50. They're the same cost as the black ants. They're a lot worse than the black ants fighting wise. Like, you really don't want them to kill things, and you really don't want to just have them. If you have just melee wood ants, you're not going to get anywhere. However, they can be used to back up the ranged wood ants quite effectively, and that's really the only reason to get them. Interestingly, like, Medea can walk over the little ants, so it might be worth unlocking Medea. Okay, they're coming in. This is where my base plans get mucked up. These are just going to chew right the way through the side of my base. Rip my upgrade points. But you see how much quicker I can take stuff out with some wood ants backing me up. The question is, can I beat the cricket round now? The wood ant round. Oh well. Right. Feel confident enough to break into this area now. Pick up all the resources. Okay, I'm gonna expand my wood ant chamber and black ant chamber actually. Although I'm gonna focus on getting the wood ants first because I think I've got enough black ants to hold down a corridor already. No path, no path, no path, no path. Okay, we get it, there's no path. That'll be why that hasn't been tunneled out yet. Oh, actually under attack. And the wood ants should really help with these as well. The speed of killing them should be so much quicker. Although I am out of cash at the minute, so quickly kill these. So we'll have the hermit crabs to deal with now. Oh no, it's the mole crickets, sorry. They'll end up dumping all the food. I think the next round's that's a big. Oh, God. Just kicked my microphone off the table. Sorry about that. Sorry, I will come back to chat in a bit. At the minute, I'm trying to concentrate, see if I can make it further into this level. Get some proper hardcore testing in. Getting that. Yeah, we got them trapped. Although they are bigger than the ants, so they can just run right over them. I think mages could stop them. You could body block them, but nothing else is going to be able to, really. Alright, quickly. Next wave's about to come in. I think this one's hermit crabs, so I'm not too bothered about it. It's a slow wave. Get some of these upgraded. These should die so much quicker. Okay, I'm going to get some more black ants. Yeah, that's so much easier with wood ants. And also, because I've got wood ants, I can clear stuff so much quicker. Let's take that on. What's next? It's... Okay, I'm going to wait till we've dealt with the next wave. It's the 3 Devil's Coach Horse adults. Then it's the crickets. So I'm actually going to want to save up a bit for the crickets, because I think they're going to chew through my black ants like a buttery hot knife, like a buttered knife through heat. I'm sure that's how the saying goes. Okay, gather, gather, gather. So hope I haven't taken on more than I can deal with. In the time, I mean. Right, let's prepare the cricket defense. Ant forces assemble. This is looking good. Hey. Okay, we'll have lost quite a few there, I think, but at the same time, it didn't take us that long, so we should be laughing. Right, I don't actually know what the next wave is. So, we shall see. It looks like black ants and wood ants. It looks like level 3 though. Okay, right, I think I'm going to make a note that that wave can be harder. That wave just basically melted. So there's no reason why I can't crank that one up. I think there's just too few. Oh god, jumping spiders. Fair, these shouldn't be that bad. Oh, they were dead easy. Again, I got this is a point that I haven't tested, so these waves I think are going to need to be cranked up a bit. There wasn't that many jumping spiders. Jumping spiders don't actually have that much health. I think I'm just going to gather with my army now. No, I know I could probably be more efficient by microing 2 groups, but I need to spend some money. Spend money, spend money, spend money. What we got? Wolf spiders. I'm not in position. They're not the big one. Oh god, look at the speed the queen's dying. I think that might be the end. Yeah. Okay, that was my fault. These blooming wolf spiders, eh? That creepy crawler, oh no. Right, I think we've learned something here. It's after the jumping spiders, get into position for the wolf spiders. Yeah, it's a feature of the wolf spiders really, is they do such huge damage. If you do let them to your queen, they just nuke her. I just needed to be in position at the right time. 166 gained. So that's good. That's enough to unlock the leaf cutters if I wanted. And also I could unlock various other things if I wanted. But now that's also enough to start thinking about unlocking some of the upgrades. All right. So, I think I've got a couple of balance things to tweak. I might knock the wolf spiders down a little bit and up the jumping spiders. Yeah, it's that's plenty of points to start unlocking other things. Okay. Okay, so before we go, I'm going to talk about some of the things that have been committed to the source control recently, just so you get an idea of what's actually been going on. Okay, so since last week, was it the third last week? Okay, so Liam added a check-in for some of his movement code to check whether its data is correct, because it pre-caches data as things change underground to help speed things up. And it needs to be, this function needs to be run in each level in order for it to cache it initially. So Liam's added checks in for that. Matt's been helping Liam with his movement code a bit here. So he's helping Liam by adding checks in and various bits and bobs. So checking the tile grid. Oh, there's just checking in the tile grid. Nothing. So menu work for the Holdout Extreme levels and that. I'll just show you the main menu at the minute. Whilst I got a minute. Okay, so there's error checks being added in. Liam's at an overground pathing checkpoint. Matt's at a Titan checkpoint. Fixes for the tunnel, surface tunnel snapping. I added in unlocks for the various monthly levels, so they unlock as time goes on. Matt's added a bug fix in for the main panel to make sure the numbers update for the chamber assignment panel. Trapjaws should now keep their mouths closed when carrying food, rather than opening them every now and again, which look ridiculous. He's done a bit more work on the Thorns aura and the yellow streaks of the defensive aura. Added in a trapdoor chamber rep. Added a trapdoor soldier button. I need to have a look at those. Yeah. So there's some of the commits that have happened this week. So what to take away from that is I've been working on getting the monthly levels menu stuff in place. If I show you that. And also the getting the monthly levels to the over the finish line. It's in other modes and there's extra levels. So at the minute, Aggrandize is only available, and then you can select the difficulty. So there's the how the extra levels are going to come in. Right, coming back to chat. Next wave 109. Did it say that? What's the difference between Medea and Black Ant? Alright. There you are, Pactane's giving a rundown. Something else to note about Medea is Medea can actually walk over the top of Black Ants. So you could technically have a bunch of Medea and a bunch of Black Ants, and you could get more into the front line. Yeah, the Medea have their own separate stats. They're their own entity. They don't use similar stats to Black Ants. They're different. All right. So I think I'm going to end the stream there. Thanks very much for joining me. I think I'll be about earlier tomorrow because it was a bit of a late stream today. So tomorrow I'm planning on hitting the stream earlier. So I'll see you tomorrow hopefully. About 10 UK time, 10 AM UK time, and I should be streaming for about an hour and a half. So yeah, hopefully see you then. If not, see you next week. Thanks for joining me, and I'll keep you up to date on the advancement of the movement stuff. Once that stuff's ready, we're pretty close to then running a beta for the new stuff. So hopefully, really hope it won't be too long. But yeah, see you either tomorrow or next week. Ta-ra! Thanks for joining.